This morning, schools in Arizona, three big universities there where a lot of the kids enjoy spring break going down to Mexico. They're warning them that it's not safe and saying they may want to rethink those travel plans.
Right. I think that's something that could be spreading to other universities across the country. As you mentioned earlier in the show, it is a rite of passage for college students to head down south of the border for their spring breaks. But the State Department, we should note, just over the weekend issued an updated travel warning for Mexico, telling Americans that you enter these border areas at your own risk. Not only are there these shootouts on the streets of many of these border towns, when these clashes occur with police and soldiers in Mexico, a lot of times Americans cannot leave the area on their own. They have to wait until the violence goes down. And so this is one of those situations where the State Department is saying you are going into these areas at your own risk.
Right. And it's important. And we're not talking about Cancun. We're talking about areas.
Right. Nuevo Laredo,
right.
Tijuana, exactly. These areas across the border. But, you know, if you're a college student, you know, at a university that's right across the border in the United States, a lot of times you can't afford to go down to Cancun. So spring break means going across the border and having some fun in those border towns. And what the United States government is now saying, the State Department is saying, is that is not as safe as it used to be. Right.
Or driving 22 hours straight in an old Volkswagen, but that's a different story.
Right. Kidnappings are a big problem in those interior sections of Mexico. And I know this is morning television, but they had 100 Mexican police chiefs beheaded last year in this country, which is why one of the experts we talked to yesterday mentioned there's a psychological aspect that's developing with the war on drugs in Mexico, and it's something that's starting to look like real war that we see in other parts of the world.
Very scary stuff. Jim Acosta for us this morning in Washington. Thank you. John?
We are monitoring breaking news.